To think is easy, but to act is harder. One of the hardest things to do is to act in accordance with the thinking. In my dealings with people over the past 13 years, I've come to realize that so many people don't know how to set and formulate and achieve their lifetime goals. Today I'm talking to a good friend of mine, Chris Swart. We will be exploring some of these concepts. Chris, why is it that you think that so many people don't have goals?
Derek, I think it's a question about people that became despondent about not achieving goals over their lifetime. They set goals and then form the habit of not realizing them in the end. So I think it's very much to do with their definition of success, of what they need to do in their life to realize their goals. So around success.
Okay, so do you truly believe that more South Africans could be successful if they understand that what their meaning of success entails?
I think, if I may say, we attended a course recently, and Harada says that every person can be successful in life. So it means everybody. So there's no limitations. But I think the point is, if we can align ourselves to what we believe success is, we'll have success.
And self-actualization, self-reliance, very important key, would you say, to that part of goal setting and success?
Yeah, I think it's a question of you taking responsibility for your own life. We sit with the financial crisis, we sit with crime in South Africa, but if we go sit in a heap, we're not going to do anything. So we have to take responsibility for what we do, set our goals, sort of aligned with our success definition, and I think we'll have a lot more successful people in this country.
Oh, I like that. That's great. So Chris, thanks for that. I think ultimately what you're saying is one should have goals. In trying to achieve ultimate success, you need to have a purpose for that goal, and then you need to make that goal smart.
Yeah, I think just to come back to the goal, okay, the goal can only be really successful in achieving that goal if you align it with your personal definition of success, not somebody else's, your own. Once you clarify your definition of success, then you strive to realize that.
Okay, so it's almost like that ripple effect of the stone in the water, where it branches out to not only yourself, how it affects your family, how it could have an effect on your workplace and your colleagues, people that work with you, as well as your province, your country, and the world ultimately.
Yeah, one of the main reasons for people not achieving their goals is because they're self-centered, and people are quite happy to let themselves down. So you quite easily will say, listen, okay, I moved this goal because only me that's affected. But as soon as other people, like your family, like your community, are also affected by this, you're less likely to let them down.
Right. So if I could summarize, we've now been discussing goals and goal setting, but we've also been discussing definitions for success and having your own success plan and how to realize that you need to have some form of self-actualization, self-realization to be able to chase that success plan. At the same time, there's an acronym, SMART, that encompasses the very essence of how to formulate that goal. Do you want to run me through that?
Yeah, I think, if you look at a goal as such, people will say, like I think first time we met, you said you want to be the best financial advisor in South Africa, okay? But how would you know if you've achieved that? It's too vague. So therefore, the smart people came up with smart goals, okay? And it says, you need to be specific about your goal. What is it that you want to achieve, and you've got to be measurable. When, for you to be able to establish, yes, I've made it. Then it's going to be attainable, because if it's too far, apart, then it's going to be difficult. Be realistic, and then time bound, because I think that's, at least you have a target, the end state, Because we tend to very easily postpone. And before you open your eyes, it's 25 years down the track and you say, what happened?
Thank you. So can I just recap? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. And then of course one needs to have some sort of action plan, because it's easy to say, well, that's my goal, I'm going to achieve that goal now by making my goal smart and giving it some purpose. But I think the hardest thing now is to act in accordance with that thinking.
Well, you've created an end state, to say, okay, that's what I want to achieve. And now you have to establish some key activities that's going to bring you to that. What's the steps I'm going to have to follow? What can I do to realize that goal?
And formulating one's routines to change habits is a key factor.
The reason why we're not achieving goals is often because we don't have those good habits. So yes, we have to identify clearly which habits we want to get rid of and which new ones we want to establish, and which ones we want to enforce, that we are already doing well.
Thank you.
It's always the concept of stop, start and continue. You want to stop certain bad habits, you want to start new habits, and you want to continue those ones as good.
Thanks for that, Chris. I'm looking forward to our next chat. We will be exploring goals, purpose for those goals, making them smart, and formulating routines to change habits.